If I only had 90 days to completely change my identity, what would I do? I wouldn't just lose a few pounds, not just to make a little more money, not set another goal. I'm talking about becoming a completely different person. Because here's what I've learned. Your life doesn't change when your goals change. Your life changes when you change. Your life changes when your identity changes. Most people spend their lives trying to change their circumstances while holding on to the same identity that created them. They're trying to get different results while remaining the same person, and that doesn't work. So if I only had 90 days, the first thing I would do is get crystal clear on who I want to become. I would ask myself, who is the version of me that already has everything that I want? What are his habits? What is his energy like? What's his mindset like? How does he carry himself? What does he do every day? What does he believe? Then I'd compare that person to who I am today and ask, am I in alignment with that person? Because if my daily actions don't match the person I want to become, I shouldn't expect my future to look any different. One of the biggest mistakes people make is only focusing on outcomes. And I've been here, I've said the same things. I want to lose weight. I want to make more money. I want a better relationship. I want a better life. But they never ask, and I've never asked, who would I have to become to naturally create these results? That question changed everything for me. So one of my biggest identity shifts is that I wanted to become a content creator. And I love the idea of being on YouTube. I love seeing content creators posting on Instagram, and they seem to post so fluently and effortlessly. And I've always loved the idea. And I said, I'm gonna do that one day. I wanna be that guy. And I've started and stopped, But never at any point during that journey, I identified myself as a content creator. And that's actually why I'm creating this video right now, because this video is a vote towards that identity that I choose to become. Every video I create is evidence. Evidence that I am a content creator. Evidence that I share my message. Evidence that I serve people through my content. And once I understood that, I started making other identity shifts too. I am a content creator. I am an extremely successful, inspirational, impactful online coach. I am an author. I take opportunities. I create opportunities, not only for myself, but for others. I am disciplined. I follow through with my word. I am living in California again. Not because I'm ignoring reality, but because I'm choosing to think from the future instead of reacting to the present. I'm asking, how does that version of me think? How does he operate? What does he do at night? What does he do in the morning? How does he show up? And then I start acting like him today. Because identity comes first, results come second. The first major identity anchor for me was fitness. I stopped viewing fitness as something you do to look good. Obviously I want to look good, but that can't be the main purpose for wanting to get fit and get as healthy as possible. I started viewing fitness as building the vehicle God gave me to navigate life. A healthy body allows me to think clearer, handle stress better, adapt faster, have more energy, show up as a better husband, as a better father, show up as a better leader. And here's what I love about fitness. Fitness is like the one thing you can't fake. Your body is an exact mirror and reflection of the things that you've done the last 90 days, of your exact discipline. Your body reflects your consistency. Nobody can take that away from you. Every workout became evidence. Evidence that I kept my word. Evidence that I followed through. Evidence that I am disciplined. The gym became more than training. It became identity training. Because if I can be disciplined in the gym, I can be disciplined in business. I can be disciplined in my faith. I can be disciplined in my relationships. The second identity anchor was success and service. For a long time, I thought about making money. Then I realized I was asking the wrong question. Instead of asking, how could I make millions of dollars? Jim Rohn said in a video on YouTube, become a millionaire because of the man that it would make of you, or something along those lines. And he was basically saying, don't become a millionaire to try to make the money, but how can you become a person who's worth and valuable, but how can you become a person that creates millions of dollars worth of value? Because money is all just a reflection of your value that you can create. That's a completely different question, because now it's not about what I can get, it's about what I can give. How do I serve people? How do I solve problems? How can I create impact? This is where you need to ask yourself a question. When you meet new people, are you always looking for what you can get out of them and what you can get from them? Or are you approaching it with, what can I do to serve them? What can I do to add value to this relationship, to this conversation, to this situation, to this circumstance? The person who creates massive value thinks differently. They solve problems, they elevate people, they serve first. My third identity shift and anchor was my faith, because I realized something extremely powerful. The lack of faith in God often becomes a lack of faith in myself. And when you don't trust that God has a plan, it's easy to doubt yourself. It's easy to play it small and live in fear, and to live in scarcity rather than live in abundance. So every morning, one chapter a day in my scripture, every single day, before social media, before work, before the distractions, that became my foundation. And it reminded me who I am. It reminded me whose I am. And it allowed me to forgive myself for the mistakes that I've made in the past and focus on becoming better rather than beating myself up for who I used to be. Then I started doing something that changed everything. Every night before bed, I decide who I'm going to be tomorrow. Not only what I'm going to do, but who I'm going to be. How does the future Ramon show up? How does he wake up in the morning when his 2 feet hit the ground? Is he grateful? Does he hit the ground ready to rock and attack the day? Or is he waking up dreading the day, unsure, unclear? So I know a lot of people focus on morning routines, but I started to focus on my nightly routine. It's not about trying to stay strict and structured to what I'm doing, but it's me really setting the idea of what my next day is gonna look like. Setting that precept, setting what that movie looks like. And I would plan out, I'm writing out, okay, tomorrow, these are my tasks. This is when I have to accomplish these tasks. And when I wake up, I'm gonna be ready to rock. I'm gonna wake up excited, I'm gonna scream, I'm gonna tell myself I'm ready to rock. And I'm almost setting the temperature for what my day is gonna be. You have to be a thermostat and not a thermometer. Set the tone for the day the moment you wake up. And then anything that happens to me throughout the day, I can adapt and reflect because I've already set the tone for how my day is gonna operate as soon as I woke up that morning. So if I only had 90 days to completely change my identity, here's exactly what I would do. I would decide what I want. Then I'd identify the version of me who already has it, who already has it all. I'd define his habits, his beliefs, his standards, his energy, his mindset. Then I'd stop asking, what should I do next? And start asking, what would that person do next? Because your future isn't created by your goals. It's created by who you become. And every day, your actions are casting votes for your identity. This video is one of my votes. The prayer is a vote. This workout is a vote. The book is a vote. The content is a vote. The question is, who are you voting for? The old version of yourself or the person you're called to become? Because the moment you change your identity, your life changes. And if you can change your identity, you can change everything. And this video, again, is a vote for who I say I am. I said I am a content creator, which means I'm gonna start doing the things that a content creator would do. Not only am I a content creator, I am a consistent, disciplined, and successful content creator. I change lives through my content. And every time I vote not to create content, I vote not to change lives. I vote not to be that person of myself in the future. If you decide to change your identity, your future will completely change. Thank you, welcome to the video. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and I'll see you in the next video.